Keir Starmer is now floating new powers to limit or even ban some pro-Palestinian marches, arguing that repeated demonstrations can have a cumulative effect on Jewish communities and that certain protest chants should be banned. For context, this comes after the Gold is Green incident, which is being handled by counter-terror police. The backstory is that Essa Suleiman, who is 45 years old, has been charged with 3 counts of attempted murder after 2 men were attacked in Gold is Green, and another man allegedly attacked earlier the same day in Southwark. Police say one line of inquiry is whether London's Jewish community was deliberately targeted, as the alleged victims of Gold is Green were Jewish and, more to the point, appeared visibly Jewish at the time of the incident. Meanwhile, the incident in Southwark has been described as a personal dispute by a variety of sources. Moving into the realm of opinion, I have to say the government's narrative just doesn't make sense to me. Now, don't get me wrong, I agree that the Gold is Green incident should be investigated as potentially anti-Semitic, but nevertheless, that doesn't really justify the latest rhetoric. After all, Suleiman already had a violent history, but seems to have avoided the full consequences of that due to laws that are weirdly forgiving in all the wrong places. I'll note that simply carrying a knife illegally in public has a maximum penalty in the UK of 4 years, while threatening someone with a knife also has a maximum penalty of that same duration, though it is plainly more serious than mere possession. And Suleiman reportedly attacked 2 police officers and a police dog with a knife in 2008, but received a mere 9 years. So the penalties start high for mere possession, but do not seem to scale properly when someone does something truly appalling. And I think that should really be at the centre of discussion. Why did a man with that history receive a measly 9 years, and how can the law be tweaked to avoid this happening in future? Instead, Starmer is talking about cracking down on activists over protests and slogans. Personally, I think that's the wrong thing to be doing, regardless of whether those protesters are correct or incorrect. Additionally, I'll note that systems with low reoffence rates usually take rehabilitation very seriously. They offer real education, real skills, and a real path back into ordinary life. So the point is not treat people who do bad things like garbage, the point is put them away for a period that actually makes sense for what they did, and prepare them properly if they're ever going to be released. Either way, coming after free speech should be a last resort, not the first one, and should only be done with informed and authentic consent of the people. But unfortunately, that seems to be something that Starmer is not willing or able to understand. Anyway, that's my opinion. You should make up your own mind. If this has been Hero to Zero News, subscribe to stay up to date with what's really happening in the free world.